meathead, spent a lot of my life in the gym. It made me understand how pieces should feel from a robust, like a structural, but also biomechanically.
Anybody ever get hurt? There was a guy there who lost his fingers, didn't he?
Yeah.
Or something, yeah. So it happened to a machine. That's got to be, it's got to hurt a little bit.
Yeah. Accidental thing. I mean, it's just, we're dealing with massive equipment, ovens and forklifts and all the things. It's
So
just
insurance got to be crazy.
Yeah.
Yo, it's your boy. It's Phil Wham Bam Benamino. It's another Wham Bam Wednesday, baby. The show about ordinary people who have done extraordinary things. But before we get started, as always, give us some love, baby. Hit the subscribe button right there. Go ahead. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. Just click it. A little bit. Just a little one. Go ahead. There you go. Good job. Now we can continue to give you all this great content, bring on these great guests. Today, I got some entrepreneurs in here. It's an entrepreneur couple, okay? And you're never going to guess what they're into. It's not like they're doing an insurance company. It's not no multi-level marketing. They're in the gym business, baby. They build equipment for all those people out there that are trying to get healthy. We got Andrew and Jamie Hall in the house. How are you today?
How are
Thanks
you?
for being here, man, in our Vegas studio here in the Expo.
We're excited to be here. So thank you for having us. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Arsenal strength,
Yeah.
Tell me a little about the journey. Like whose idea was this? Was it yours? Was it yours? I mean, you said, hey, let's start an actual company that we actually build equipment for gyms.
Yeah. So
You can start this
okay.
one.
That's what I'm making sure here.
Yeah.
You
So-
can start this one.
I was in the industry selling equipment for another company.
Okay.
As I was in the industry, I saw that it was an opportunity that was really an underserved market for the strength, and saw the trend in like strength training really increasing. And so I came to her at one point and I was like, I really want to start a company, because I had pitched some ideas that we do now to this company. And this was this gentleman's company. He said, that'll never work.
Oh, the old "it won't work" attitude.
You
Let me
heard
show you. Oh yeah, I've been doing I can't my whole life.
This is what I love. Like,
Yes.
chip on the shoulder, I'm good.
Right.
That's what I want to hear. It's gonna feel me.
Yes.
So we had that happened again. It's his company, his decision. I respect it.
Sure.
But I was like, I've got to get out of here and we want to do something. At the time, never was an intention to really have our own manufacturing. Like really the original dream and the vision for this company was gym design to help create really amazing facilities, with equipment selection, flow, layout, but then also we had these products that we had access to that we wanted to kind of brand as our own. So that's how it started. It wasn't.
Were you a
like,
gym guy? You don't look like you work out.
I'm an ex bodybuilder, like
I know.
the athlete bodybuilder. So
Yeah.
it's been a second. I've been fighting some injuries and things like that, but
That always happens, man. Especially in the bodybuilding
it's
world.
part of the game.
Yeah,
but
it is.
I've been lucky to not have. Really, I haven't had injuries as far as that until
Not at all.
knock
Until
on wood.
recently.
yeah,
Yeah.
not gonna rip. So I've been lucky at 43, but
That's great.
that's I meathead spent a lot of my life in the gym, but it made me understand how pieces should feel from a robust, like a structural, but also biomechanically and kinesiology standpoint. So
you were building stuff for yourself then. You're saying, hey, I can make this better.
basically
design it where you need something a little different than what's out there.
Yes. We had access to a company that had some products that I was like, these are great products. They need some tweaking, in my opinion, biomechanically, range of motion things. So that's how we started. And then the equipment just really took off. Like really year one, like we're running it out of our bonus room. Me back up just a hair.
Yeah.
Sure.
That was kind of the vision and how it started. I came to her. Jamie's not one to sailor dive off the ship.
I'm not
She's
a big
very
risk.
she's
I'm very
not,
calculated.
Oh, yeah.
Very
okay, there you go.
calculated.
You need that. You need that balance.
It's a
You need
good,
a
it's a good balance.
balance.
This is-
I'm
we're
like,
opposite.
I have
Let's
a good
just do
idea.
it.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I got a chip now I've got a chip on my shoulder to prove people wrong. Let's
Yeah.
make this happen. So we started the company that way. But she was, our daughter, our oldest now was 6 months old, and we had about, I don't even remember, $30,000 to $40,000 of equity in our house. Not a lot of money.
Yeah, we were just
That's
newlywed.
how we started.
Right.
Newlywed,
So you
6-month-old baby.
You really bootstrapped this.
Oh, we
then.
bootstrapped the whole thing.
Because a piece of equipment's not cheap.
No.
So, what'd you do? What was your first design?
So
Oh, go ahead.
we had there was a manufacturer out of Rock Hill, South Carolina. I just actually saw him a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
Great
great
human
guy.
being. Shout out to Hans Kraus.
Yeah.
He has a company called Ray Crother. He had this old line of equipment that was really a great line of equipment, but again, it needed some tweaks. There was a lot of misdesigns that needed redesigns.
Mhm.
He had access to this product, and then that's when we were like, I want a private label or create these products, make these changes, and then make our own brand.
Sure.
That's how we started it. So we didn't have to have a lot of overhead because we were basically running this business out of our bonus room.
Mhm.
Contract manufacturer, we place POs to him, he would make the product and ship it to our customer,
There you go.
domestically or internationally.
Smart, sure.
So that's how we started. Because if it was just us manufacturing beginning, forget about it because we
And
didn't
we
have
had
any
no
money.
interest
Right.
in manufacturing.
We had
actually.
zero.
And that was one of the things we talked about is like, hey, where do we see this company going? What does it look like? We had no interest in manufacturing. That's not his background. It's not my background. And so, which is ironic that that's what we're doing today. Is
You're doing it
manufacturing.
well too.
And we
That's
have a
big,
major
big-
manufacturing
yeah.
facility. So that was never the plan, but we had to pivot at some point.
Yeah. So we had that first manufacturer, 14 months, outgrew him. Then we were at a point where like we have to find a second manufacturer, another manufacturer. Found a company. We were with them for 2 years. And that dealing with that company made us realize we need to invest in our own company, in our own manufacturing facility. So in 2019, in February, we bought a manufacturing facility that was already operating. They were in fitness. They were smaller. They were in not a great location, but they had a lot of great people. And a lot of the people that you met when you came
Yeah.
were guys from that factory. Like a lot of them have stayed.
That's
and
great.
Yeah,
It's
we've
just,
had
it's just
folks
with
an
us for a
amazing
long-
group of
Yeah.
men
Yeah,
and women.
you know what? It's funny because I got to go see your manufacturer and how it's done over there in Knoxville, Tennessee. For the viewers, if you want to go check them out. But the reality is, I mean, it's a huge facility.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
and
pretty
I
big.
think a lot of people, don't want to just jump into something like that and purchase. So it's smart buying a business, and people always wonder, is it smarter to buy a business or to start your own?
Great question.
To buy a business, I mean, you've done it, turn it around a little bit, make it better.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah,
and,
there's
and,
an
and
element
put some
to
love
that.
into it,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
look what's happened.
Yeah.
type
Love
of
and
thing.
dollars.
Yeah, love and dollars.
And
Of
then
course.
we've
A
had
lot of
reinvest.
dollars.
You
We've
reinvest.
moved. We've had one of the hardest things in manufacturing, any business, but especially manufacturing, is moving.
Yeah.
It's a freaking nightmare because
Sure.
it takes
Well, it's not
so
like
much.
it's not small things that
No,
you're
you're
moving.
moving huge
monster
equipment.
things.
Yeah.
And then you're also having, you have these capacities and lead times with these production schedules, and you basically have to plan the move and estimate how long it's going to take. For how long is it going to take to break down the powder coat oven, break it down, move it, and get it reassembled and back up and running.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of strategy and calculation that comes into place. We miscalculated the last one, but we ran into issues with the city.
Yeah, we ran into some issues with the
permits,
city, permitting.
You got to have all
electric.
kinds- It was a nightmare.
Oh, I'm feeling that. I'm
Yeah.
actually in the process of building
Are
one
you
now.
really?
So
It's-
actually, last night I had a variance meeting. We finally, after 3.5 months, we actually won, so that was good.
Okay.
Oh,
So
good.
we get to move a little bit forward
Okay.
now. But yeah, every county's different. And everybody
That's
has
right.
their own
Yes,
rules,
everything's-
which
Okay.
makes it hard. What was it like, man, being your first year? Obviously you said you bootstrapped it. Dollars. You didn't have a lot of money and stuff.
No.
Well, what kind of money did you make your first year compared to where you're at today?
We reinvested every dollar we had
Yeah.
the first year. So what we did was, we had a little bit of equity. We'd just been married, and we have amazing families, but they don't
Sure.
just shove money in our face, right?
Right,
They don't give
right.
us any extra
No
money.
golden spoon
Yeah,
there.
there's
No, I get
nothing
it.
there. So it was
I get
like,
it.
this is all on us. And so we bought a foreclosed house when we first got married, had our baby. And then I went to him and I said, hey, listen, we've got some equity here. Why don't we sell our house, rent, and then we have a little bit of money to live off of so we don't have to take any more money out of the company. And that's what we did. We sold our house.
Yeah.
And then moved into a rental home.
Sacrifice. Love
And
it.
I mean, I remember I
Have
was
to.
making
Yeah.
I was making our own soaps. I remember at one point my dad called me. He's like, "Are you feeding my granddaughter?" And I was like, "Yes, she's
Don't care
getting
about
fed."
you. We wanna make sure the granddaughter-
That's right.
Liv, her name's Liv. Is
Priorities
Liv
first.
okay?
That's right.
And they helped in any way they could, and they
For
were
sure.
there with us and supporting us the whole journey. But that was really the way we looked at it. Is like, this is a long-term thing, so we're not gonna just take anything out as it comes. Like, we're going to keep reinvesting and grow this business as best we can. And we bootstrapped the entire thing for years.
We were actually debt free
Yeah.
until we bought manufacturing in 19. That was the first time we took on debt as a
Yeah.
company.
Yeah.
So about 4 years in operation.
Yeah.
So that, yeah, the
Was
amount
that,
even-
scary? Was that scary?
I did not
No.
like that.
No.
He was not, he doesn't scared about anything.
No,
but
it's like what's scary is when you have an inferior product and nobody wants your product. That's scary. When
Right.
you have a superior product and you have a brand that's bringing hype and it's bringing energy,
Yeah.
what am I scared about?
Right.
Like, I'm just more scared about the things that scare me are.
You could be scared and nobody's going to buy it. Like
True.
they might like it, but maybe
That's
they can't
true.
afford it. Maybe
That's a great point.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I think just kind of understanding. I think I'm never really worried about that because of I understand the industry. I understand like where we land from a price perspective to customers, and I also know that we are offering more value add than just getting X amount of piece of equipment. I think the brand has got this energy behind it that's been really, really amazing. So a gym owner, and some of the best compliments ever, I'll give you two examples. One is, man, we love your products. And this was more early on when the products were not all over the world.
Sure.
It's like, well, that's great. Thank you for that. Where did you use it? They're like, oh, we never used it.
Right.
And I'm like, you've never used a product, but
You tell me
it's
you
this
love
perception that you love it because
Right.
you're seeing these influencers or people that are, and you're, associating that with quality and which is cool, which is what you want.
it. Right.
But like, that's just an example of one scenario.
So, is that why you're doing things like this expo coming? I mean, you're here in Vegas, obviously doing this
That's right.
expo so people can actually sit down, use the actual pieces of equipment.
Yes.
So now they can have the real experience for those that
Yes.
can't.
Videos, pictures are vastly important. Like very much.
Yeah.
Nothing's more authentic than getting on the piece and actually training on it. Like that's why we built the showroom. I mean, really 2017.
Yeah, 2017.
About 2 years after we could afford it,
Uh-huh.
we rented a 10,000 square foot building, made like a private gym showroom,
Right.
and flew customers in from all over the world.
Yeah.
And that's been the best thing we ever have done as far as like exposing people to the brand and the product, because they can actually come in there, get a workout, not just like see it and touch it and feel it, but like actually get on it and get after it.
So your dad actually allows that because he said that was his gym.
Yeah,
It's his
he's
personal
there.
gym.
It's
He's
his
like,
own
I let
studio.
people use it occasionally
Yeah.
and they come
Yeah.
through here, but
That's basically right. He's there all the time. He's got an office there.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, he retired. He's got his office there now.
That's right.
What was interesting is the first couple of years, I mean, he basically, so we split our duties. So he took on half the duties and I took on the other half. And marketing was that's my background. And so he was like, I need you to find gym owners that want to open a gym that haven't. And I'm thinking, okay, that's the impossible.
There's
And
a lot of them people
Yeah,
out there.
I'm like,
Oh,
so
they
I
just
need
don't have
to
the money.
mind read everybody and then figure out who wants to open a gym. Great.
Mhm.
But what we did is we ended up just building relationships, and that's how we've built our company, is building relationships with the person who uses our equipment.
Right.
And then we really solidify that relationship when they get on the product. But before we had showrooms or even distribution anywhere, we did a lot of photo and video content. Obviously, social media was growing when we started this business. It's been 10 years. And so we utilized that and tried to create kind of this just like they could feel it and look at it when they looked at a picture and created that emotional attachment through the videos. And then once we started to be, get bigger distribution, we could fly customers into our showroom, all that. And so that solidified our relationship. But we've really, and still to this day, we are a relationship-based company. We rely on the relationship with our end user who uses our product. And that's how I feel like we've been successful. And we actually care about them. I mean, we genuinely care about what their experience is like at the gym on our product.
Yeah. Well, obviously I can actually attest to that because I got the chance to meet a lot of your employees and your staff, people that are working for you. I didn't even meet you guys.
Yeah.
You know
I
what
know.
I'm
we
saying?
missed you.
And
Yeah,
the way
I
they
missed you.
talked about the culture there and you and the people that they're working for and representing, they all enjoyed being at work. Like they made me want to work. Like I was like, can I help out around here?
Yeah,
You got another spot for me? I want to come here and hang out.
That's
because
awesome.
they really, really enjoyed the culture and what you guys have
Wow.
done. So you've done a great job
Thank you.
building a great team. And that's what you have to be successful. You got to have a great team around
Yeah.
you. And that's unfortunate because there's a lot of companies out there that have more money, have bigger companies,
Yeah.
but they don't have that culture behind them. And it becomes a problem sooner or later.
Go to Amazon today and purchase Money Management for Beginners, a book for everybody, especially younger kids. Kids that get money and don't know what to do with it. This is the best $20 you'll ever spend. We'll save you millions. That's right, I said millions of dollars if you start young and earn you the same. Amazon. Amazon.
That's
You
right.
know, and in the gym business, there's a lot of gyms out there. There's a lot of
Yeah.
people out there doing a lot of different things with different pieces of equipment, whether it's a performance institution, whether it's a gym, whether it's just, a CrossFit. Like, there's a lot of different things happening. And sometimes people are going for cost, right? What's cheapest?
Yeah.
Well, cheapest isn't always what's best.
No.
And we know that. And, equipment's going to break. Most
It's
equipment
inevitable.
does. It's inevitable.
It's gonna
The
happen.
question is, how much time does it have?
Yeah.
And, it seems as though your brand and Arsenal is made a lot thicker, a lot deeper, I want to say. It's going to last a lot longer than your average before it repairs. But you guys stand behind everything.
Well, that's what I was going to say. You're 100% correct as far as it's inevitable. It's part of things are going to tear up.
It's
But
moving.
it's a matter of time. It's how long does that take is one aspect, but the other is how fast will it be resolved. Because as gym owners, gym owners, the worst thing you can have is an out of order sign on a piece of equipment.
Facts.
It's because that defers. Like a gym member's going through a tour and they're like, they're seeing 3 or 4 out of order signs.
Yeah.
Have those been there a day or 3 months?
Right.
That's an issue. That's a red flag. So it's really how quick you can fix and resolve the issue. That's the other big part of that. And I think from a design robust, I feel like we're getting better. I think we do a really, really good job, but we can always improve. Sure. But I think looking at it through the lens of when we're designing new products, it's got to be able to withstand the U.S. market, which is the roughest market on equipment. Like a lot of gym members, they don't take any pride or anything of the whoever opened this gym, whether it's a corporation box gym or mom and pop. They just go in there and beat the piss out of this stuff.
Right.
So you got to build it for animals.
Yep.
And you've got to also make it adjustable enough where it's not, most machine defined users can use the piece, but if you make it too complex, then
they don't know how to use it.
They don't know how to use it or to use it safely. And then they're going to move on to the next piece. So it's like, it's finding that fine line, how to create a piece that's got enough adjustability that's robust, but then the biomechanically, first and foremost, that it targets the right muscle, not about how sexy it is. Some of these companies are like, it's got to look sexy first. And it's like, I appreciate how sexy it looks. It looks great, but it feels like garbage and the strength curve's off. It's no good.
Sure.
So biomechanics have got to be number one.
Well, and I also think the size of it too matters too. There's some great pieces out there by other companies that are huge and they take up a lot of space. And you sit there and say, man, I could have one piece of that or 2 pieces of something that's still great quality.
That's right.
And can work 2 different body parts. And it helps you make a decision sometimes, So people look for everything, because you got to have variety, obviously.
Especially in territories like that have dense populations like Japan.
Right.
Dense populations, not a lot of space, not a lot of ceiling height. Everything goes vertical. Your footprint. I mean, even we got some huge pieces too. A pendulum squat, it's like a Volkswagen. It's massive. It's incredible. And you need that length to get the biomechanics right. So it's like we can't really like condense it down or it won't be the same.
Right.
But it might not be, it's not for every facility. And that's totally cool. But those things also matter too, is like looking at it and I just got back from overseas. So I'm looking at things very much from like a worldly point of view right now versus just like U.S., Tennessee.
Right.
It's just
you got people overseas buying stuff and you're shipping things.
We've shipped to 64 countries so far.
Wow, that's awesome.
Some countries, when it happened, I was like, I've never heard of this in my life. Yeah. Google, like, what is this?
Yeah.
But we've gotten 64 countries so far. We've been in the process now of setting up global partners in key territories that they can distribute and really push the brand and promote the brand in these territories.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we've been doing. And we've not been able to do that previously because we could have, but it wouldn't have been successful. We've been fighting the battle of supply chain, lead time, and all that, which a lot of manufacturers.
Yep.
And we've
your lead time's pretty good though.
Well, our lead time's incredible right now.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
right now,
like 4 to 6 weeks.
It's actually, well, on stock, it's less. It's 2.
It's less than 2.
It's crazy. Yeah.
But right now,
it's been years in the works.
Yeah.
It was not good.
It was not good.
No.
For 8.5 years, 9 years, not been good at all.
I got you.
So it's been close to 40 weeks, like post-COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we were like 38,
was really
40 weeks. We thought we were at 24. We were at 40 with supply chain and just the design. And then you fix, it's a whack-a-mole. You fix you get all the parts, and then like, oh, we don't have employees,
right?
Because nobody wants to work during COVID.
That's right.
Yeah, it was
government span,
right?
That was
so there was a lot of that was not a fun season, but in 2021,
but you survived.
We did.
We did.
We grew. Like
we grew
to grow.
exponentially.
How many people you got working for you now?
We got about 120.
See, so and you started with just you and her, you and your wife,
literally in our bonus room.
And your
the first. I mean, I think I bought like the first day we started the business or the first week, I went and bought a desk and spent like $400. She was so pissed because I spent
we
money
had no
on this
money.
desk.
He bought a $400 chair and a $400 desk, and I'm like,
it was so worth it though, wasn't it?
Like, I need to,
back.
he like sat on his throne, and I'm like, well, who's calling you? Like, where?
It was. I mean, honestly, fun. Early on, if people would have seen like where we were operating, they'd be like, they would just hung up the phone.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think
You got to start somewhere, man. That's the whole thing.
And
and this is great for the viewers because everybody thinks it just appears right there. It is
not.
and they don't see the heartache. They don't see the journey how you got there, and
That's
the reality that anybody can do it.
That's
you
right.
know, you're human.
That's
you
right.
know, you've done an amazing job, but somebody else could do it if they wanted to put in your time and the effort that you did. And unfortunately, these people don't want to do that. They just want to click their fingers and it'll all be there.
They see they assume the successes, like you're saying, and they don't see what all that had to happen.
Right. Plus, you got a lot. You got employees now. You got 120. You got 120 problems every day. Sometimes you got to deal with. You got you got customers that you got to deal with.
That's
you got manufacturing. Anybody ever get hurt at your place?
Yeah, we've had
rarely, but
injuries.
yes.
Workers' comp stuff. I mean, there's been
a lot of people.
There was a guy there who lost his fingers, didn't he?
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah. So it happened to a machine. That's got to be. It's got to hurt a little bit.
Yeah.
It's and one of our greatest employees too. Was just,
he's amazing.
So sad.
It was just an accident.
It was just an accidental thing. I mean, it's just we're dealing with massive equipment. Ovens and forklifts and all the things. It's
So
just
insurance got to be crazy.
Yeah.
It's expensive. I mean, it's expensive to manufacturing. The thing we've learned about manufacturing is it's extremely capital intensive.
Yes.
On the capital side, also the human capital side.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just takes a lot to make that thing churn. And then once you get it churning, you got to keep feeding that beast.
Right.
Which is a good problem and it's an exciting problem, but like that's the reality of it. It's definitely something, we're a sales and marketing duo.
That's
like,
our,
that's what we know,
that's
like,
what
products.
How'd you guys meet?
You want my story or his story?
I want the right story.
Okay,
I want the truth.
All right,
I want the right story.
So it's funny. So I went to Syracuse.
Really? That's where I'm from up there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm from upstate. So
Okay, yeah.
Actually, Geneva, New York,
What part?
where I was raised. But Syracuse went there to school. Bill Maxwell, who was the coach there of football, was recruited with for a long time. He ended up going to Hobart. So I ended up going to Hobart College there. So, but
Small world. I didn't know that.
Okay. Orange, baby.
Yeah. So I went there. I played softball.
Okay.
So that's my
athlete.
I was an athlete.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So, anyways, graduated from there. I had a job. My junior year, a job offer with Altria Group, which is Philip Morris, John Middleton Tobacco Company. Not something I was interested in, but it's a great company. So took it. Anyways, upon graduation, they moved me down to Knoxville, Tennessee. So I moved down there and I lived in a hotel for 3 months. And with the hotel, they gave me a gym membership. They're like, you can go work out at this local gym. So I went there and ended up kind of seeing him, but he was in his bodybuilding era. And so he's much bigger. I mean, he's obviously large now.
Yeah.
But he was
he's
huge.
not small.
Yeah, he's huge. And he had all these tattoos. And, I'm actually from the Midwest. And so I was just a sweet little innocent girl. And I'm like, who's this scary man with big muscles and tattoos? And he was approachable, but I didn't want to talk to him. I was terrified. But I kept seeing he was noticing me a lot. Anyways, he had said hi and had talked to a couple of my friends in the gym. And I was just like, well, I don't know that that's going to be a thing. But anyways, he went home and was talking to his roommate. And he said, there's a cute little blonde girl at the gym. She's really athletic and has long blonde hair. And his roommate, I knew his roommate, but so his roommate's like, oh, that's...
Was he a good looking guy too? Were you guys trying
No. His roommate was not, no.
Not your style.
Not my style. But he was like, oh, that's Jamie Lynn Kelly. That's my maiden name. And so his roommate, his name is Kelly. He's like, Kelly texts me. He's like, hey, let's go to brunch and I'm going to bring my roommate. And so we ended up talking there and meeting and it was nice, but then he ended up moving to Nashville. So I didn't even see him. And then a couple months later, he came back and he's completely shredded. So I remember I'm on the treadmill or whatever. I was running and he is shredded because he's got a show. And I didn't know this whole concept of you get big and then you lose all this weight. And so
that's my concept. I get fat and then then I got to diet because my blood pressure went up.
Yeah.
Right?
So I'm on the treadmill. He walks by in a tank top and I was like, okay. And that's when he asked me out to dinner. And we went out to dinner and it's funny because I'm more
wait a second. I gotta when he went out to dinner, did he grab his little scale out of his gym bag and weigh the meat and everything?
That's a good question. I did not.
He did not.
Okay.
But what was funny is that so I'm typically little OCD type A and I have all the questions. I typically ask all the questions. He has none. He's very laid back, very easygoing. He drilled me with questions on our first date. He's like, do you like this? Do you like this, this, and this? And so I was just answering them kind of laid back. And then I had, with my job, I was working on a promotion. I'm like, okay, I got to cut it short, left early. But then we ended up dating within a year. We were engaged and then we got married 3 months later. So
Oh, yeah,
it was fat. Like
The,
we.
the story she just told was accurate.
It's okay.
It was accurate.
Yeah, so
You know,
we
it's
met in the gym.
It's funny
which is
though
funny.
because everybody assumes that bodybuilders are these big, mean guys. They're all steroided up and everything
Yeah,
else. They're
he's
going to be a bull of anger all the
Right.
time.
Yeah.
But the reality is, they're great human beings
Mhm.
because they're disciplined.
Yes.
They care.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? They're
Structured.
loyal. They
Yeah.
have structure. They
Yeah.
know exactly what they want in life.
Yeah.
You know?
Goal-oriented.
Yeah, they're goal-oriented.
Goal-oriented,
Like
yeah.
when you put all those qualities together, and you sit there and go, "Wait a second, all right, you got to give this a second look."
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
type of thing.
It
You got to
was
give them some credit.
Something. I know.
You know,
And
I
it was
had a body builder on my pod not too long ago, and
Okay.
somebody made a comment. You know, oh, you know, he's on roids. You know, he's on a bunch of gear, and I'm like, I'm pretty certain that no matter what he was taking, he still had to go to the gym and
Yeah.
still had to work out, and he still had to put stuff
He
in his
still had to
mouth
do
to
that.
eat and be,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
regardless. You know, and they're like,
So
yeah, I never
true.
looked at it like that, but that's a reality.
Yeah.
You still got to be able to do the work. You got to do the work.
yeah.
And clearly, that
Yeah.
says a lot about your character.
Yeah.
You know,
And even to this day, he's so in his routine during the day. I mean, he's up at like 4:30 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
He does his cardio. He does his sauna. He does his breakfast. And
what
then
is your morning like? So
Oh, gosh,
walk us
yeah.
through that.
Well, it's. I mean, it's honestly not that impressive. Like I do like to get
Why
up early.
4:30? Why 4:30?
Well, sometimes it's 4:30 or 5.
Okay.
I just in the morning I can get a lot done.
Was that something? Because it seems like a lot of bodybuilders do that. They're waking up.
I think just a lot of entrepreneurs.
Yeah,
I think honestly,
that's
especially
facts. That's true.
because I mean, especially early on, like I didn't sleep a ton.
yeah,
for
I
a few
remember there
years.
was
Yeah.
days
Like
when he
'cause
would
you
not sleep at all.
I mean, you're selling
But you
international.
need sleep now.
You need
Like I've learned that through.
Yeah,
you know,
sleep
I've
is
learned
very
that sleep is
important.
part of the whole.
you've got to have it.
you
It's,
know.
it's silly and dumb to not sleep. You've got to sleep.
Yeah,
And I mean, usually I'm like a 5 or 6 hour. If I get 5 or 6, I'm good.
sure.
Like I don't need 7 or 8.
No, 6
If
is
I can
good.
get 7 or 8, but that doesn't happen often.
Yeah.
Right.
But usually, like right now, the routine that's the current routine, like when we get back home Monday, so
Yeah,
Tuesday
he's been
morning,
gone a lot,
I usually
so.
get up and get in the sauna first thing.
Okay.
I just like to do that.
Saunas
Like,
first. Boom. No
sauna
cold
first.
plunge.
We don't have a cold
We don't have a
plunge
cold
yet.
plunge yet.
I
I've been
gotta hook
trying.
you up.
I know,
I'm
I've
gonna hook
been-
you up with the cold
Hey,
life.
I
I'm
told
gonna
him.
give
I've been telling him that
We got a
I seem like I
space in our
want
house for
one.
one.
I'm gonna hook you up, man.
We
I
have a
got
recovery
you know
room.
Gary Brecka. You
Yeah.
guys heard of
Oh,
so
yeah.
I work with Gary.
Oh, that's
he
cool.
actually saved my life, helped me out. Actually,
Wow.
Awesome.
almost died in Italy, and they wanted to do cut my brain open, give me brain
What in
surgery,
the world?
give me the quick short of it
Oh
all.
gosh.
But he was the only person that actually could help me get better and
that's
figure out what the heck
amazing.
was going on. But yeah, the boys and them that own the cold life, they got vertical cold,
Oh, I
cold
spoke to
plunge
them.
and something. Yeah.
I've spoke to them.
So
They're
Kyle and
great.
Sam, they're great guys.
Yes.
Yeah, they're from Alpharetta, Georgia. originally.
Yes.
And,
Oh, that's
Okay.
so
I've
cool.
So,
I've spoken to
Yeah,
them.
Georgia,
Good guys.
Southern boy. They
yeah,
gotta be
yeah,
good.
they're great
Yeah.
guys,
That's-
great guys.
I mean, obviously Dana White, like
Oh yeah, Dana.
Gary,
Yeah.
Dana's very vocal about like Gary saved
That's
his
how
life.
that's how I went to Gary because of Dana, because he
Mm.
posted what went through. I had this bad case. If you listen to episode once, how this
Okay.
whole podcast thing got started.
Okay.
Okay.
But you know, when I went over there, I had a bad case of vertigo,
Okay.
and I got sepsis in this arm because when they went to give me a needle, they were giving me a Diarac, was taking the fluids out of me.
Oh my God.
And long story short of it all, was the fact that, you know, I ended up in the hospital. I had to port my arm for 18 weeks. And that's when, you know, my son Rock was like, hey, Dad, why don't you start the podcast now? Because before I was just never home. I was
Yeah.
always busy. I was always grinding.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I'm here. And everybody kept calling me, asking me what the heck happened in Italy. So I was like, we'll put the first pod
We'll
out.
do that.
We'll,
Okay.
we'll do that. And that's what we did. So that's how
That's-
it got
wow.
started. But that's when I got into the whole biohacking stuff because I
Yeah.
couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. Doctors didn't know what was wrong with me. And, you know, when I saw Dana's testimony, I was like, you know what? I got to get in front of Gary, you know,
Yeah.
and lucky Gary saw me. I flew down to Miami, went to his house and brought me in there.
That's
and
awesome.
from day one, he put the IVs in me, figured out. We did the blood test, gene testing, and put me on a program. And yeah, got me right.
That's great.
Praise
Oh,
the Lord.
yeah.
Thank you, Gary. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's
Yeah,
amazing.
that's
So-
amazing.
So,
That's
yeah.
obviously the guys
You
are
know.
brilliant.
Yeah,
So-
he is. You know, he takes a lot of. You know, you got both haters and lovers on each side.
Yes,
But the
haters.
reality is, listen, I stand by him 110%. Like the guy knows his shit. You know what I mean? He's
Yeah.
passionate
yeah,
about
people
it.
that I see and respect
Yeah.
sing his praises. So
Yeah,
it says a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So he got me on the whole superhuman protocol,
Mhm.
you know. So yeah, I'm doing the cold plunge,
Okay.
I'm doing the PMF mat, more I'm doing the
Okay.
red
Okay.
light and the oxygen and stuff.
Yeah.
So big believer in all that stuff.
No
I
doubt,
mean, I'm
man.
55, you know, but
Yeah, you look great.
you know, you're not getting younger. We're going the other way.
We're going the
so,
other way. No.
so if I get ahead of the curve, it's a
Yeah.
good thing, you know.
No, but that's, I mean, I don't, the sauna is the best. I love the sauna.
Yeah, I love
Infrared
sauna too.
Yeah,
I love that. It's
infrared
got the red
sauna.
light.
Yeah.
I do that and then get up and usually it's just, I feel like, we have 3 children. So our oldest is, when we started the business.
You're getting up early then.
Yeah.
So we kind of split the duty. Like we call them the littles. We have a 5 and 4-year-old. So I take them to school.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie takes our oldest to
I take the
school, and
oldest.
then we kind of start our day. Usually I try to train in the morning.
Yeah.
So I'll get up 4:30, sauna, breakfast. Then usually get on the emails, maybe smoke a cigar.
Yeah. First thing in the morning?
Sometimes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
And
You
then
love your
get ready for the
cigars.
day, and then get them to school, and then usually try to train early if I can, unless there's a meeting early.
Uh-huh.
And then the same. I'm a Groundhog Day with the meals.
Yeah.
The same meals every single day. It's
Is
just,
that, so what
it's
are they?
just-
Tell, walk us through.
It's, I mean, really, like
you're in
we
great
do it-
shape, man. So
Thanks,
and,
man.
and you're not even trying right now. This
No, I mean, it's just it's
you're all over the country.
Yeah.
yeah, and we last week kind of threw me off because I was in Saudi, and the food was incredible overall.
Yeah.
But it was just very, very different from my stomach was not used to it. But
Right.
usually, I mean, it's like oats, protein in the morning, chicken rice, beef and rice, usually 3 times, and then some type of dinner. It might be chicken and rice as well,
Mm.
Yeah.
and then a shake at night. I mean, it's very, very basic, but I do that every single day.
Yeah.
I'm very consistent about it.
That's a
But
part. That's
I have
part
to
of
give
it.
a shout out, and I highly recommend, just especially like being an entrepreneur, like meal prep is so important.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot of time, and a lot of us don't have the time.
Right.
So we've used Mega Fit meals for
Yeah.
years. Billy, those guys are the great guys, great product.
Yeah.
They just auto ship every week to your house.
Yep.
It's the way to go.
Yeah.
Makes it easy. Just throw them. It's
Don't
one
think
less thing
about
to
it.
worry about. Exactly.
Yeah.
Problem is that if I get like too many of those little dinners in my refrigerator, I want to
Yeah,
eat them all. You know, you're only supposed to eat one at a time.
Yeah.
But it's like,
True.
oh, let me just have another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the thing that's nice about their portions, I feel like they're better for like
Yeah.
some of the meal prep we've gotten before. It's like 4 ounces of meat. It's like
Yeah.
I'm not
This
a
is
bikini
good.
girl.
Right.
Like I need I need like 7-8 ounces of meat
Right.
minimum, and then carb source, veggie source. It's like bigger portions, so it sits with you a little longer. So I highly recommend them.
The kids eat them too. So
Yeah,
sometimes
as
we'll
well.
do that as a family, but
Yeah.
we've done that for years.
You guys work out together? You guys train together at all?
No.
really
No?
don't.
We
No,
never
don't.
really have.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, up until I was pregnant for a long time and doing all
3
that.
kids, yeah.
3 kids,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So my training style was much different than his, and it kind of always has been. Obviously, he was bodybuilder type workouts, and
Mhm.
mine have been more athletic based. But I work out, so I take our old to school, and then I go right to the gym, and that's when I work out. So it's usually like 7:45 to 8:45 ish,
Mhm.
and I do just a lot of dynamic movements, a lot of Olympic lifting. So that's just kind of what I
Right.
always have known. I
Oh,
love
yeah.
doing it. So, and we have the showroom, and so it's just a private, 10,000 square feet.
Yeah.
There's a couple of people in and out of there, so I'll sometimes do like a circuit on the machines.
Or you get a
depending
guy
on-
like me that pops in just
Yeah,
to look
'cause
around
it's
and browse.
random.
Random.
That's
You
what
wanna
it's
see
there
for. Come on,
some
that's what it's there
equipment.
for, yeah.
That's what we have.
So
Yeah.
so he doesn't usually work out then, or you're a little bit earlier than me, so we don't ever train it. We do everything else together. We don't need to
That's
work
good.
out together.
That's good.
either.
Yeah.
That's
Not
good.
that I mean, maybe cardio if we don't, but
Yeah,
if it
we
was
could
cardio,
do that.
like we could go like a run.
Go
or
run for
do something
yeah.
like that, but no. Like
Yeah.
I do the same type of workouts. Like and now I'm excited about getting these new pieces
Yeah.
to the showroom
Yeah.
because now I've got all these new toys.
Right.
So I'm excited about that.
Place it.
Hi, I'm Phil Benamino, CEO and founder of Cost Plus Processing, the company that provides financial services to your business. We provide things such as POS systems, ATM machines, and check services. One of the biggest things that we strive ourselves here at Cost Plus Processing is our customer service. We are an A+ rated with the BBB with customer service, and we're proud to say we're here in the United States with all of our customer service agents. Our objection is to actually teach you and educate you about the costs that you're currently paying and show you ways where you can eliminate those costs that you no longer have to pay. One of the biggest programs that are out there today is our dual pricing program, where you actually can offer your customers now a choice of how they want to pay. Do they want to pay with cash or do they want to pay with card? And if they pay with card, it actually helps you to absorb the card fees, so you no longer have to pay the fees like you've done for many, many years. Cost Plus Processing aligns ourselves with some of the top POS companies out there in the industry today. For example, we have perfected the car dealership industry, and our dedicated team are equipped to manage a variety of online payment forms and financing options that merchants require in this advanced ecosystem of payments. If you have a restaurant, we are proud to be able to manage the ongoing difficulties that arise from this fast-paced industry, and you're looking for pay at the table, where customers can easily swipe their cards, tap their cards, and make their payments with tip
and also have a choice of how they want to pay, we have the solutions for you here at Cost Plus. We want to help other small business owners make their dreams come true for providing the best financial support. From barbershops to liquor stores, having the ability to take payments, schedule online, and make calculating tip sharing an easy task only helps business owners put more attention and money into what really matters the most. Also, Cost Plus Processing is on the front end of AI. We can also provide you kiosks for your business so customers can walk over to the kiosk and order anything that they want. Likewise, if you're having problem getting employees in the kitchen to work, we can also provide you robots that will actually deliver your food straight to the customer. I want to thank you for the time that you took to learn a little bit about Cost Plus Processing, and most importantly, why we are the future of merchant processing.
Speaking of toys, you had a toy in your showroom I wanted to ask you about.
What's that?
A drum set. Pretty badass drum set.
got
You
a
play
lot
the
of-
drums?
I've played the drums since I was 8 years old.
Really?
I've got a lot of drum sets.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe too many, but
Maybe
I don't
too
think
many.
so. I've almost got like strategically a drum set in like every room that I need. Like
Yes.
there's so did you I'm trying to think here. So you went to the new showroom,
Yeah.
you saw the back, you saw
I saw the
big-
old one too. Yeah, the old one, the new one was just getting
Okay.
finished. It just got finished.
Okay.
That's right.
The new one just got finished,
Yeah,
so.
there's a lot of drum
There
sets.
was
There's
a new
drum
one,
sets
yeah.
in every building that we own.
Yeah.
And our
That's
house.
accurate. In our house.
And that's for you. So
That's
you
right.
play.
I do.
Yeah.
I haven't got to play a lot this last year. has
Yeah,
been-
the last year you haven't.
Well, I
but
tore my quad last year. Tore my
Uh-huh.
quad tendon, and so that was
That's
not
a-
playing
you were
much.
out for
Yeah.
a while.
Yeah. But no, I've played drums since I was 8.
Yeah.
Most
Did you
of
ever
my
play
life.
out? Band or anything?
I
or-
played professionally for years.
Did
Yeah,
you?
I played. It was a band. I played several bands.
What kind of music?
Metal.
Yeah?
Usually metal, hard rock. Yeah.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah, it's like that's my jam. Still. I mean, it's like since I was probably like 10 years old, mom and dad would be like, yeah, he's always listened to
Mhm.
like horrible music. They would say, like,
Yeah.
the screaming.
Horrible music.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
it's-
I've always loved it and been drawn to it. I
Uh-huh.
mean, I like all kinds of music, but that's like if I had to pick one music and you're like, you got one style of music, bud, you're on the island, that's it. It's gonna be metal.
Yeah.
So
It's going to keep you up at least.
yeah,
Keeps you awake, keep you alert.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think
Get
there's just
fired up.
something. I think once you know, being a musician, you hear the technicalities. It's so technical and so talented. I mean, people are like, well, it's just screaming. It's like, yeah, the vocals are screaming, but the music
Music's different.
and the syncopation and the polyrhythms and things like that, that's what makes it so special and
Yeah.
so impressive. But yeah, I love some drums.
That's
I
great.
wish I had, one of my goals is to have more time to play drums.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Who's your favorite drummer?
Gosh, that's tough. I knew you were going to ask that.
Yeah.
Um,
Shoot, you got a drum set in every room.
I know there's honestly
And
some
in storage,
drummers,
they're all
there's
over.
so many drummers that are, I feel like now that there's somebody older would argue this, but I don't see how you can. There's some drummers now that can do things that I've never been able to, like there's people that never in history have been able to play like this, in my
Yeah.
opinion. Like just incredible. Like one of my favorite bands of all time is Pantera.
Okay.
So
yeah.
Vinnie Paul has got to
Oh,
be,
yeah, yeah.
he's got to be, rest in peace. Like that,
I
he's
think,
got to be
yeah,
one of
yeah.
my favorites.
I know.
But like,
Feels like yesterday I was playing at the Hard Rock with him, playing poker with him.
oh,
Or
that's
I'm
so
sorry,
Uh,
blackjack. We were playing blackjack.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
yeah. Him and his crew, man, they had a con.
Wow.
It was pretty.
I
Cool.
bet they were
super
a
cool.
good
dudes.
time.
Oh, the great time.
I bet it
Really
was maybe
great
too
time.
good. Of a
It
time.
was too good. It was too
Yes.
good.
But no, that's he's probably one of my favorites of all time. There's some guy. A lot of them have the name Matt for some reason. Matt Halpern from Periphery,
Uh-huh.
Matt Garska from Animals as Leaders. Like these are guys that I mean, I've played a long time,
Uh-huh.
but you watch and you're just like, you kind of want to quit.
Yeah,
Like those guys because they're that good.
they're that
Like,
good. You don't think
There's
you
just
can-
there's some guys now that are just on another level.
What do you think about Neil Peart?
I mean, Neil was one of the best ever.
You know,
Rest
You
in
see-
peace to him.
Yeah,
too.
I know. And now you see they got a woman drummer.
Anita,
that she just took
Akita,
over.
German girl. She's insanely
Yeah,
good.
that's what I hear. I haven't.
She's insanely good. I just saw that yesterday.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
insanely good.
Yeah.
But there's so many drummers now. One of the best drummers, in my opinion, probably the best drummer in metal right now. His name is Eloy. He's a Brazilian guy, plays for Slipknot now.
Okay.
But the guy's an absolute animal and just effortless. He's just, I could go on, but he's so good.
Mm.
He's one of the best I've seen recently.
Yeah, that's
If
cool.
you can listen to old Slipknot and then listen to him play the songs like him play.
Right.
It's different.
Well, it's funny because they're bringing drums in gym setting now. I don't know if you've seen this, but I've seen like
No.
these boot camps and stuff. Yeah, they got just one boot camp. It's a guy I've seen online quite a bit. I'll have to send it to
Okay.
you. But he's got a girl drummer in there, and they're spinning in their spin class.
Oh yeah,
That's pretty cool.
that's cool.
Yeah. She's
love
well
that.
on the drums, and they're going
Yeah.
through spin class and everything. There's a lot of energy, a lot of excitement, and it makes me want to put a little drum
Is
stage
it-
in,
yeah.
in my room.
We
You
need
know?
a drum set somewhere in the studio.
I mean, music and
So-
training just go hand in hand.
do.
And so it doesn't,
Yeah.
I mean, you can't, no, most people don't train without listening to some
No,
kind of music. It
that's
doesn't have
right.
to be heavy
And-
metal,
and-
but
Correct. And that's one thing, just to touch on this, that's a bridge that a gap we're trying to bridge
mhm.
as a brand.
Yeah.
And for 2 years now, there's a festival. It's in Birmingham, Alabama, called Furnace Fest. And it's at these historic Sloss furnaces. It's a really
cool,
kind of a haunted looking,
Yeah.
really cool
Kinda
venue.
eerie.
Yeah.
But they have 3 stages, and there's 12 to 15,000 attendees that come, and there's
Mhm.
about 100 or plus bands, and they play. Well, the band I used to play in was called the Showdown,
Okay.
and we played in 22, and then we played in 24 last year, and so we played last year as a band, which was a great time,
Yeah.
getting to play with like your brothers in the band.
Yeah. Are you gonna play this year? I want to go.
No,
I want to go watch it,
no,
man.
they just happened last weekend.
Yeah,
Oh,
We sponsored the stage. So Arsenal Strength was a sponsor of one
Gotcha.
of the stages. We did it last year too. So last year was special because we got to play. I got to play.
Yeah.
I got to have them on the stage,
Yeah.
getting to see our
All the
youngest was
kids.
actually asleep.
Yeah, she
Uh,
fell
during the
asleep
performance.
during a
That's
heavy
right.
metal.
That's
It's
what's right.
hilarious.
But and then you've got like behind you, I'm looking behind the drums and I've got like it's like an Arsenal Strength stage.
Yeah.
It was just kind of cool to have
Sure.
like,
Yeah.
kind of see all that come together. But then this year we sponsored the stage as well, and getting to see some really cool bands with like our logo, and we're really wanting to bridge that gap because there is such a other equipment companies that these aren't things they think about or care about,
Right.
and that's exactly why I want to think about them and care about them.
Yeah.
Because it's
That's
different.
good. Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people that are in the gym that are
Mhm.
into music that are into training. And there's nobody, there's not a company that's kind of reached out to them or try to connect with them. And I think that's important to do that, especially in the music. We're going to continue that. We have some other opportunities, and not only heavy metal, we have,
Riley
Green, the
Jelly
country
Roll,
artist.
country artist.
we just did Jelly's house, his home
Yeah.
gym. We just did Teddy Swim's home
Teddy
gym.
Swim's,
Brad
yeah.
crushed it
Yeah.
with
That's
with
great.
that. So we're doing a lot of musicians, and but I want to continue down that path with as our brand to I hope the people that are into music or that maybe they aren't even into training, maybe you can get them into training. I mean,
Sure.
that is our mission is to
Yeah,
make the world
world
stronger.
stronger.
Right.
So whether
That's cool. That's
yeah,
good.
Yeah.
that's it.
That makes
So
sense.
yeah, if it's
Yeah.
through music or
Yeah.
if it's through death metal, whatever it takes, like
Yeah.
that's the goal.
That's great.
So-
That's good stuff. How do you feel about that when you walk into gyms and you see some of your pieces, but then you see other brands too? How,
You-
I mean,
happened
how do you
last
feel
week
about that?
actually? I think that I would love to see more our product in there, but realistically, I think this is the other thing that separates us and differentiates us from a lot of our competitors is depending on the space in the gym. Variety is a good thing for a gym owner. Like as much as I want them to have every one of our SKUs, like that might not be what's best for their business, and they don't need to. If it's not best for their business, that's not what they need to do. We like to create amazing facilities. We have 20, 25 other companies that we work with
Mhm.
when we do a gym design project where we bring them in and we'll have variety. We're only a 10.5-year-old company. We have a lot of gaps in our portfolio, in our catalog.
Mhm.
Now we have 17 new ones that just filled it today.
Right.
17 new SKUs came out, but like there's still gaps. Like we still have gaps that we're working on, or even if we have.
And when you mean gaps, you think there's
Yeah,
certain
just,
pieces that you don't have that somebody else may.
Correct. It's just we haven't been in business long enough to have a 200-piece catalog where
Right.
somebody could be like, you know what, I've got a general population. I need a 20-piece pen select circuit. We don't have that many. We don't even have that many pieces of pen select.
Yeah.
And to be honest, like our pen select stuff, not for a general population.
Right.
It's for a more intermediate to advanced user. Not that they can't use it, but they're not going to probably have the experience that you and I would have.
Right.
So things like that. And I think it's good to see variety. And to be honest with you, if you're really confident in your product, I'm like, put it right beside that one. And I guarantee if you look at the members and you could track data, I guarantee they're using our product more.
Yeah.
And so it's good to have competition. It's good to have our product in facilities where there's 10 other brands.
Mhm.
And again, I saw a ton of facilities last week. I'm talking 50 to 80,000 square feet. You've got to have variety in there.
Yeah. Right.
Plus, like our body types might be similar, but you might love a movement that I'm like, I don't love that.
Or I
And
got to
vice
change it
versa.
because I got a
Or
bad
you gotta
shoulder or
change it.
wheel
Exactly.
or something.
So
Yeah.
you need variety. I think it's more about my pet peeve with gyms is when they have variety, but then they're getting equipment from here that's black. They're getting some stuff here that's
Green,
silver,
yellow, and
Mismatched,
mismatched stuff.
mismatched.
It's
It's
like,
like gym owners stop making it look
they're
like a
going on
garage sale.
Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah,
buying
they
five
are.
pieces here and there.
Even if
Yeah.
they didn't, even if they had planned and properly planned, it looks like a garage sale.
Yeah.
And I just, it diminishes what you're trying to create. And
Yeah.
like, I think just like any of these companies can powder coat the
Right.
same REL.
Yeah, we can
just
do it
take
too.
the time. Yeah. Well, like if you have green
Yeah.
equipment and you're trying to get black, let us just do it green so it matches. Cause it's going to
Yeah.
make your facility look more like it was a concept that was thought out versus like, I just need that. And that's at the end of the day, I just had a meeting earlier today
Mhm.
with a customer that flew in to see the new pieces, which was awesome.
Right.
Like we want to create awesome facilities. That's our main goal and we want our customers to succeed. It's not just transactional because yes, transactions are what make our businesses grow. You have to have that.
It's relationships.
It's
Right,
100%
yeah.
relationships and also just making sure you're helping them put the right foot forward.
Right.
Because if they're going to win and they're going to be successful and profitable, what are they going to do? They're going to refer you to anybody that reaches out to them about a gym.
Right.
And then they're likely, if their vision is to expand,
Yeah.
you're getting more transactions.
Well, and it's funny because I actually kind of set you up on that because I wanted to see what your answer was. I
Mhm.
kind of knew what your answer was going to be
Mhm.
because that's what your staff says too. And I love that. It's like
Yeah.
you're not forcing anybody
Yeah.
to, you're
No.
not you're not putting it down their throats to,
Not
hey,
at
buy
all.
all my stuff, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-mm.
It's saying, hey, let's get what's meant for you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Type of thing. And,
That's right.
and try a few pieces if you
Yeah.
got to, you
That's
know what I'm
right.
saying? And see how it goes, and we can go from there. So I love that approach, that you do that and your staff does that.
It's
as
good
well,
to hear.
which
I mean,
which
I'm
is
not
Yeah.
shocked at all the staff say that because I think
Yeah.
they've, our guys, I think it really comes down from the top and myself and
does.
Brad, as far as like when it comes to like the sales and the gym,
Mhm.
like that is how we approach a project. Like there was a guy today that was talking about like, well, I can just get 2 of these. And I'm like, why would you get 2 of the exact same movement?
right.
Like, yes, that's some additional money for my company.
Mhm.
But like, why don't you get one of ours and then get another? We've got some other options, other brands.
Right.
Get one of theirs, so it's a different feel. Like that's important. Different. Everybody's body is not exact same.
Right.
So you need variety.
Right.
So like that's important, I think. So that is how we approach it authentically, and we want the customers to win.
That's good. That's
So-
good. Where do you see your company going? Like, what's next? I mean, what do you got in store for 2026? Like, what's going on? I know you're
question.
growing new pieces, but like, what is the ultimate? What is the ultimate goal for you?
So the biggest thing right now, we've been so focused on infrastructure.
Mhm.
The past 3-4 years, which we've really needed to be. Getting the right people in place, just the right infrastructures. We're doing a new ERP system, things that have to happen for us to grow. Because I like to grow really fast. And I think everybody knows that, but
Yeah, that's been the hard part is keeping
Yeah.
up with his. So he's really the visionary of the company. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but
you're good.
and so his mind is like a million miles a minute, right? And so I feel like that's part of my job is to make sure that whatever he says like comes to fruition. And so we'll be in a meeting and he'll spit out like 200 things and we're like, oh gosh, okay. And then we're trying to figure out how to do it. And finally, a couple years ago, we're like, listen, we need to get this infrastructure around. So we've been beefing up different departments. We've been putting in new, things that are not sexy, but things that will help make the experience that much better for everybody and then for people that work for us. And so I think he's been like chomping at the bit because he's like has all these ideas and has all these things and we've been really holding him back. And so now we're like, all right, we're ready. Go ahead. And so he's, been flying around the world doing all these things, which is really exciting. So but we needed to kind of take a little bit of a pause and now we're back on the
That's
ride.
awesome.
So
To answer your question,
Yeah.
and to say all that, and that's 100% accurate. Like infrastructure was a necessity, but we've lacked on innovation. And there's been over the past 3 or 4 years, there's been companies and products that have come out. Some are really, really good. And my hat's off to them. I respect what they've done, but same time, like chips on my shoulder still, like not coming in the US market.
Right.
We can do versions of that are better. And so that's what we just did. So we used to come out with pieces all the time.
Mhm.
We've been really quiet. We had 17 new SKUs. We have a whole new 12-piece plate loaded circuit called the Forge X line that just came out today. We have,
Can't wait to see it.
It turned out amazing. I have to say,
amazing. It is
I'm
amazing.
excited. And then we have 5 pieces that we like a line extension to our reloaded line, which is more, both are plate loaded. Different, but they're both plate loaded. And this Forge X line is something that we need to kind of shut the door that we're seeing these competitors come in the market. And now this is kind of like the Spartan kick to the chest to be like, no, we're good. We've got better lead times. We got better infrastructure now, and we're a U.S. based company, not from somewhere else. So that's our main focus right now is innovation, getting this new product line. We have a new pen select line coming out in March, 15-piece circuit. So that's going to be coming out, and then I think just the goal is just to continue to grow globally. I really want us to be a 50% domestic U.S. and then 50% of our business is international. And it totally can be. Like there's certain regions, like just the GCC region from last week when I was in Saudi and Bahrain.
Oh yeah,
man, that market's insane. It's where I want to focus the most because it could be as big as the U.S. market.
Seems like there's a lot of money over there.
There's so much money.
There's
so much money. Not to get into all that in general, but like the amount of gyms that they're building and the size of these, the magnitude is mind-boggling.
How are they able to get away with that? I mean, it's not, it's not cheap to open up a gym.
No.
You know what I mean? Especially some of these monster gyms, type of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, how many gyms are you seeing that are open that are reaching you a year? How many gyms are you guys touching?
That's a good question.
How many are we touching?
Yeah, like you guys are putting equipment into. Or do you even know statistics how many gyms are out there?
Thousands.
I don't know the exact
but
number.
we're a pretty global company, and so it's not just.
But just amazing how many, because it's like you would think too. Once you put equipment in there, they're done, right?
Yeah.
They're set up, they're good. Obviously until they wear and tear or whatnot. But realistically, you got to find more business. It's amazing how many gyms are really out there.
Yeah.
No, I think we were doing some market analysis. I think
some.
It was like. We're at like 2% market saturation. That's it.
Yeah.
In 10 years.
Yeah.
And that's only on our current catalog. Now we got 17 new products as of today.
Right.
So that's the thing. Like, there's a lot. Say we've sold a 50% saturation in the U.S. with the same catalog of product.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're going to have 32 new SKUs for them to purchase that are going to be value add for their customers. So I think that's why innovation is so important. Never getting stagnant, always coming up with new ideas, or you're seeing an idea. The gym business is very much a copycat business.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how many different leg extensions can you really have?
Right.
Like, it's the same.
Stand up, sit down, twist.
Yeah, there's adjustments and cams, and there's definitely not all created equal.
Sure.
But like, there's only so many things you can do in certain movements. But like, I think just being able to kind of put our spin, our look, our aesthetic on some of these movements is big.
Do you got a designer crew? Do you got people that's all they do?
Yeah,
they're working on
we have
new
an
products.
Engineering team.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, we do. We've got engineer teams and partners that we work with that help with engineering. I mean, Brad and myself, Brad's our chief growth officer. Brad was our first employee to the business in 2016. I think it was like October. It was almost 9 years. Next week's 9 years, by the way.
9 years, yeah. He's been with us since
he's been
pretty much day one.
Yeah, so he's been a massive asset helping me grow the business. He came from like the Hammer Strength Life Fitness world. Yep. So, with 800-pound gorilla, he knew product and he knew gym designs really well. So we basically can talk meathead to our engineers, and our engineer Nate is incredible at like translating meathead to
regular people.
He really is.
Into a piece.
He's a genius. He really
brilliant.
is. He's
so
our lead
he can
engineer.
take these pieces, we can give them some ideas. Here's a video of this old Flex Fitness piece or an old Body Masters piece or an old Cybex piece. I mean, those are the brands that really motivate me. Yep. The Body Masters, the Icarian, all those brands.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I mean, then there's a lot of great brands out now.
Yeah.
But it's like, I think that I think just how we approach the market and the customer is what really differentiates us. So we got to continue.
I think it is different. Just from my own personal research as well, because so many people are trying to go to China or trying to go to these overseas because they can save a few dollars here and there and stuff, and the quality is not the same.
It's not the same.
The value is not going to be the same, and you from a business guy, I know that.
That's
right. It's like they'll figure it out in time.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, you can tell a difference. They're not all equal.
No.
And sometimes the old saying, "You get what you pay for," is true. Type of thing. So they can look pretty, can look sexy, but once you get on it, it doesn't move as much as you want.
Yeah, the components might be just kind of wonky or just really cheap quality bearings. It's attention to detail on the little angles and the finishes. I mean, I think that even we can elevate our fit and finish to be a little better. And I think we continue to try to strive for that. But like, I think biomechanically and just certain things, we're just kind of a edgy company. Like we're that's our brand. It's edgier. Like we're not going to be as refined or as sleek as some of these as like a techno gym. And like, they're great at what they do. But like from a strength curve side of it, on their strength side, put our product against theirs every day of the week, and we're going to smoke them as far as like the quality and the strength curves and biomechanics.
Yeah.
And that's ultimately the goal.
That's great.
So
that's great. Well, listen, man, I really appreciate both your time here today and stuff. Anything you want to leave the viewers? Some people out there, that, thinking about getting into the gym business, want to do what direction? What should they do first?
You got something?
Well, I would just say, as an entrepreneur, I think you've just got to be ready to do. You have to be a little crazy, I guess, and you can't be afraid of hearing no or making a mistake. I think you just got to keep up and persevere through those circumstances, and just as long as you keep working toward your goal, you'll get there. I don't think you should get deterred with, hey, that was a no. Well, okay, like go a different direction. Or I feel like you can always get what you need if you keep working towards that goal. And so I would just say, hey, that's my one piece of advice. Besides, you need Jesus, but without that, then you need to figure out a way to get it done. Just keep working towards that goal. Don't ever take no for an answer.
Yeah,
I'll leave it with that. Gym business, you can
yeah.
go
I mean,
there.
realistically, now for in the equipment industry, I'd say good luck, because it's tough business. I mean, I always admire Dana White. Just when people ask him about getting in the fight business, he's like, "Go for it."
Right.
It's like good luck, because they're going to realize how tough the business is, and how it's not just about, like, we see people that are buying and reselling equipment. They're trying to get into the business, and it's like they have no infrastructure, no logistics team, all the things. And I'm like, that's going to crumble, and it's a matter of time.
Yeah.
Right.
But the one thing in general that I think that I would say that hopefully if somebody hears it, they're like, I never thought about it like that. But the things that scare you, whatever it is, run to that. Run to them, because that's where greatness lies. I think that's the things that are scary. That's what you need to go. Those are usually the things that, and the gut instinct is real. Like if it's like a bad situation, but like if it's like an idea, a business idea, no matter what, opening a gym, if it's scary, it probably means that's what you should be doing.
Yeah.
And I feel like that it takes some balls and guts and faith to make that happen. But I feel like that's where the bigger rewards they lie. And I think you've got to overcome it and just move forward.
It's great. It's great advice. Well, there you have it, folks. You heard it right there. If you're a young entrepreneur and you have any thoughts of anything, do what you think that you shouldn't do, to be honest. Like if you're scared, go get it. Okay. And as your boy Wham Bam always says, if your life was a movie, would it be worth watching? And if the answer is no, stop being ordinary and start being extraordinary. Till next Wednesday, baby. I'm your boy Wham Bam. Stay positive and keep testing negative. And I'm out.